What's up, guys? Welcome to another breathing tutorial. I'm Johnny Longinaitis. I'm your breathwork instructor. And in this breathing exercise, we're going to be practicing shifting our attention from a narrowed internal state to a broad internal point, right? So we're going to be practicing shifting, and practicing that malleability between shifting our focus is a really having that adaptation and that adaptative ability is incredibly powerful applied to so many areas of our life. So here's what I mean by that. We're going to find one point. We'll close our eyes, and as we're breathing, we're going to focus our attention, start off on one narrowed point that's inside of our body. So like specifically, we're going to focus our attention, let's say, on the right ventricle of our heart. Notice the intricacies of it. Notice that one point there with the blood flowing past that ventricle. And be there, like be in that point. And we'll stay there for a few breaths, and then we'll focus our attention on a broader spectrum, our whole internal workings. Notice from an outside perspective, maybe just kind of noticing the whole body, the whole inner workings of our internal state for a few breaths. And then we'll go back into another narrow pointed focus internally. And shifting back and forth, staying at each one for a few breaths, and just see how your mind is able to adapt between the two. You may find that one comes for you, it comes to you much easier than the other. None of it's bad, none of it's good. It's just all information for us to be able to gather and know where we can begin to build more of our practices, where we can sharpen more of our skills. So let's get into it, shall we? So let's arrive in this space. We'll take a sigh of relief, and we're going to practice here doing our best to be all nasal breathing, specifically our inhale for sure. If your exhale needs to be out of your mouth for whatever reason, you can do that. But if you're stationary here and your nose is unblocked, there should be no issues just breathing in and out of your nose. So let's go ahead and clear this space. Let's take a nice cleansing sigh of relief. Full breath in through your nose. Fill up from the bottom up. Release and let go with an audible sigh. Bring your attention right to the tip of your nose. Take a moment here to just witness and notice your breathing. As you're already beginning to shift that attention into your internal state. And so maybe there's an area of your body that's already calling to you. And let's go ahead and shift our attention to that point, wherever that might be. I'll go right back to that. I'm going to go right to the bottom right corner of my heart and bring my attention there. And I'll ask you all to consciously, go ahead and consciously breathe into that space. If it helps you to breathe at a cadence of about 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out, then do that. Wherever you're focused on, breathe into that space on purpose. Notice the subtleties of that space. Hone in on what it really looks like in there, the colors, the sensations. And now, go ahead and shift your attention into a broad internal focal point. This can be your whole internal body, or maybe it's just a broader section. Maybe it's your thoracic cavity and you're noticing the whole inner workings of that. What does it look like? What are the happenings that are going on? Maybe you're seeing different energies, different shades, different shapes. Inhale into it and exhale. Ground into it. Now let's go back to a narrowed internal focus. Maybe this time you find a different point. For me, I'm focusing right into the middle of my mind. That's just where it went. That's where my focus went. Literally focusing on my limbic system in my brain. I'm breathing into it at a cadence of about 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. And each cycle of breath is an opportunity to notice that area even more specifically. And now shifting our awareness to a broad internal space. Right here, I'm going to notice my whole right leg and the inner workings. And the blood vessels, the capillaries, the main arteries that are running down my femur. I'm seeing the whole structure, all the way down to the toes and the bones, and the circulating of blood flow and energy. And now we go back to a narrowed internal focus. Right now, I'm going to go right to my left big toe. Breathing in for 2, 3, 4. Breathing out for 2, 3, 4. Inhale into your internal focal point. 4. Exhale. Continue keeping your focus there. 4. And now we shift to a broad internal focus. Maybe this time it's the whole body, it's the whole vessel. You notice it, the inner workings from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. And are you able to witness the whole body? Is it a challenge for you? Does your mind go off into other thoughts? Are you able to just continue to practice focusing as you breathe in? 2, 3, 4, and breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Let's go one more round. Find one more point, narrowed internal point to focus on, whatever that might be for you, and breathe into it. And now we go internal and broad again. This can be the same thing. It can be the whole body, or it can be a section, something bigger and broader, more expansive than just one point. And breathe into it. 2, 3, 4. And breathe out. 2, 3, 4. Slowly begin to open your eyes. notice the shift in your state already from practicing that deep level of focus while breathing and going back and forth from narrow to broad. Incredibly powerful practice, keeping our minds malleable and being able to adapt is an incredibly powerful tool in life in general. So continue practicing this exercise anytime you want throughout the day, and enjoy it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next video.